Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, the audio. Um, Surprisingly kind of sad this week with the overall narrative that we were given, but at the same time, it almost feels like this is going to be another one of those episodes that people are going around saying it's filler. Um, just by the way it kind of was breaking down and happening, I guess it felt like one of those situations, but not to say that it was a bad episode or anything. It just felt like the way the statue was and the overall like difficulty of how this all went down, not to mention after it happens, we don't even notice much of a well, we don't notice much, but we didn't get to see some type of body part being like coming back or something like that. Almost as if some demons really do not have anything to do with him in general. Like they have nothing to do with the deal that was cut, and that's just the short end of it, you know. So if they do, and they're not really giving us any reason why, uh, like they didn't show him gaining anything from all of this, that would be pretty interesting to know why. Like if next episode shows up and all of a sudden he has something that he necessarily didn't have, that would be interesting. But from what I get from this show is it's pretty consistent with uh, the narrative of where they're going to take certain aspects of like demons and stuff and how they like change the world. But at the same time, it almost felt like when we were getting all this, it was it was a little bit it was like too easy to or too good to be true type of deal that not only was the demon a kind-hearted like supposed woman or like the helper of the demon was a woman that looked like his mom, sound like his mom, and she's never even met her or knows anything about her. They're not related, so it's like, oh god, this is already taking very bad turns. um so yeah, that was a red flag for me automatically when he thought it was his mom. And then the true giveaway was when she tried to do the same thing for the guy who can't see anything. I always pronounce his name wrong, like I want to call him like Hashimaru. But with him being blind and never seeing his mom's face, he's seen her. He knows her voice, so the voice was copied, but never had seen the face. Which I don't know why that was such a like crazy thing. I guess it is pretty crazy that a child has never seen their parents' face, and even if you had the chance to take alter your face into that, you still couldn't because of him not being able to see ever. So that's was pretty sad just to see and or like see and hear in general. But yeah, I honestly didn't know where a lot of this was going to um, go, but it felt like it was very self-contained almost. So that's why I said people could call this filler, seemingly, because it was kind of just within itself. I mean, the one thing that truly came out of this is not only did the priest show up yet again, and we kind of get um, them in a situation where they're near him again, but we also see the back of the Dororo, and for some reason it looks like he's um or she it looks like she has a tattoo or something like that of like a I don't know, almost seeming like a ritual or something, like something that was like skull like burnt onto the body of her to kind of be like, hey, this is going to happen or something along those lines. I can't really tell, but That's just what I felt when I first saw it. Not to mention the fact that she's was like, "Don't look at me" and this and that, but knowing her brother can't see, or like the bro can't see, um, I thought that was hilarious. But at the same time, to see that and to really not get any explanation to it definitely leads me to believe something crazy is going to pop off. Um, but if not, where does this kind of put our whole notion of like where and who is going to be the end game of all this? Like, why is this on Dororo's back? You know, what the Buddha head that was missing that got like destroyed during the whole entire like pregnancy or like the birth of our main character anyway. What was that like? These things haven't been explained. And what was the green light that you could see coming off of it instead of the red light of a demon? So all of these things are kind of just thrown in the wayside because clearly they'll probably have a much bigger impact on the show as a whole. So hopefully we get some interesting stuff with that. Not to mention whatever was on the back of the main character's name of the story, and hopefully there's no weird thing that is actually going on in the background with how that is supposed to translate. Maybe being something evil or something along those lines. I'm really not sure, but they had me very curious with this week's episode. So other than that, we get a pretty simple episode. I mean, besides the main guy really just becoming closer and these two characters becoming closer with each other and dealing with a weird, freaky power that's out there. A sculptor that was making a Buddha that he could never get the face right, ended up passing away and turning into a woman for some reason. I mean, maybe the sculptor was a woman and just had short hair, um, or no hair. And because of this, it all kind of changed. The Buddha in general, pretty much a spirit took it over, and because of all this, she she or he never really got to finish it, died, and because they died, the sculptor itself was just like, oh, we'll finish ourselves. We'll just find people's faces and chop them off, and once we chop off their faces, we'll be able to, move on with a new sculptor. um, Absolutely weird, but at the same time, pretty crazy. I expect nonetheless. And there was like the people who got their faces cut off underneath the water. Man, it's pretty dark. So I expect nothing less of this show, though. Man, this show has been going in every single chance it gets. So can't wait to see what you guys are feeling on this. If you truly are kind of freaked out like me, and did you guys enjoy this episode? Because it definitely wasn't fully traditional, like where we actually get something from beating the demon. So let me know what you guys are feeling on that. I am the Anime G, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope your day, night, evening, morning, whatever the case it is when you're watching this is good. I definitely got a lot of animes that are coming out very quickly, and I'm just trying to find which ones are very cool and very dope for me to talk about because that just makes it that much easier for me to want to get up on these days, watch these animes, and get these videos out to you as soon as possible. So, with all that being said, I hope you have a good one. And if you aren't subscribed already, I hope to see you next time in the next videos. And yeah, I hope everybody has a good one. I'm trying to think, I might have another video coming out very soon today. So, if you are into that, I might drop a third video again for the second day in a row having 3 uploads. So keep that in mind, and I will talk to you later. Peace.